Hello there and welcome to yet another instalment of the Automatch Heavyweight Championship of the World. Just before we get into today's game, just a little bit of news on the World Championship 2019. You can see that sign-ups are now open. You can also see that there's a blank version of the brackets which is now publicly available for you to look through, and it will really help tournament fans get to grips with how this tournament works, its flow, its structure, etc. On the topic of today's game, let's load into it. It is going to be... Here we go. CoH2 versus Jove. And CoH2 is actually my friend. He is Aimstrong. I think Wehrmacht is in a bad spot currently. Yeah, they are. This tournament will likely be USF versus OKW. Probably. I'm playing a lot of Brits though. Blah, blah, blah. And then I then interject. You need to get a Wehrmacht OKW rank within the top 20. Because your ranks are pretty bad at the moment, so we're going to jump into that game in a second. Then he says, "Okay, I'm kind of motivating him here to jump back into the game. You can see, time to get some rank. I've got Jove. Okay, Aimstrong, I'm going to cast it. No pressure, but play your best. Smiley face. No, it's fine. Do it." Okay, good luck, have fun. Got Love Nest as well. Let me just read what he's saying. He's just saying it's going to be the most boring tournament ever if it stays like this. But without further ado, let's give this game a look in. Just a word of warning. We're now officially started. AE has had no sleep in the last 48 hours. Well, I've had intermittent, like 3 hours combined. I had an exam this morning, and exam anxiety meant that I did not sleep. Don't ask why my body said to itself, you've got something very important to do. Let me sabotage you. How's that? I'm going to fully sabotage you and make you suffer. Annoyingly, on this one, we've got reversed factions on the title cards. What I mean by that is Aimstrong is OKW on the east side, trying to get those ranks up from 29 and up. And Jove is the most powerful faction in the game at this point in time. It's the USF. He's playing on the west side, so reversed faction title cards there. Launching straight in with Heavy Cavalry Company. This is just the meta. And Aimstrong, not naturally an OKW player. He's just trying to get his ranks up in time for the tournament. This is fully live, as live as you can be. I'm going to actually close my Steam messages in case Aimstrong decides to message me and say, oh, I lost, or haha, I won. During the game. I don't want to get spoiled there. So it's as live as can be. It's somebody with a bit of background to a conversation I was just having, so that's always exciting. Will he get his ranks up? Will he suffer the perils of USF on an old Nexus? This is old Nexus. All of this shit goes very soon. Gets a lot less cluttered in the centre. This becomes a lot more symmetrical. This fighting area becomes a lot more relevant. The whole map becomes shorter by about that much, so it's more consolidated. These points are brought in to make the capping orders more natural, etc, etc. You've got a burning tiger up here, which is cool. And yeah, I'm sure you've seen that breakdown video. But a lot more people tend to watch my actual casts and my analysis and breakdown. I fully understand that. Casts are a lot more exciting than hearing somebody dryly talk over some bullshit. Also, you can use the early parts of the game to talk about the bullshit anyway. Rifles getting pushed away by early Stern Pioneer aggression. Those Stone Gewehrs blaring. Assault rifles of the highest order. 600 rounds getting thrown over the train. They do lose a model, however. That's Soldaten writhing between the tracks. And there is backup now. First Grenadiers are going to try and protect the Stern Pioneers. Aimstrong does have this fuel point. Jove likewise getting an early mine down there. Let's go check out on this bit of aggression. And also mine coming up for Aimstrong. Players like Jesulin, Helping Hands, Aimstrong, former tournament winners. That Love Nest as well to add to that fold. There's a lot of players that are former elite level tournament winners, major tournament winners that don't play the game regularly anymore. And every time a big tournament crops up, they all come out of the woodwork. Nice cut-off attempt here. This rifle's going to try and put an end to that. Right on the edge of the capping circle. But he's got him from two angles. Couldn't quite finish this sandbag, but he does get inside the medium cover crater. He does get the cutoff off. Stern Pioneers losing models. Need to be careful. That's technically, yeah, wasn't technically cover at all. Meanwhile, though, getting behind this stack of barrels, he's able to force the rifle squad away. We've also got a cut-off approach from a 3-man squad. However, there's a 5-man Foch Grenadier ready to mitigate, and the cut-off will not be taken, and Aimstrong will keep up the pressure and stop his opponent getting fuel. Surprising to me that Jove took the victory point. He's realised the error in his ways, and he's now going for the fuel. Meanwhile, Aimstrong not going for the munitions cut-off, which would have been quicker. Instead, he elects to try and take the munitions point itself, but he is only up against a rear echelon, so it shouldn't matter too much. Fuel now being taken. First truck out. It's going to become a truck. He's going to use it as a truck. He's just going to drive around, create some noise disturbances in his opponent's earpiece. Rifle squad here. There's an M5 mine there. He's making a trap. He's making a perfect green cover V-shaped formation for you want to go into, and then you blow up. So yes, I did pass my exam this morning. Advanced Performance Management Accounting, or whatever the hell it was called. I have thrown the textbook into the bin, and it's such a relieving feeling to do that. It's a very old textbook, and I'd written all over it, so no, it wasn't worth anything before you cringe. Nice preemptive incendiary grenade here, but well dodged by the lieutenant without losing much health at all, forcing him away. Mine triggers! Just going to check my my voice levels on my OBS just to make sure I'm not in the red on the mine triggers there. Let me say it again. Mine triggers! It's kind of loud, but I'm sure you're used to it. Yeah, you can see how you are compared to the game for those that don't know casting. So this is me, and that's the game. But if you notice, when you go on a vehicle, this is the difficulty of getting it to work. You go on a vehicle, and they're always a lot louder than everything else. Good pressure put down by the Foch Grenadiers here. The M20 is Fausted. So a nice little win for Aimstrong, however. Meanwhile, Jove's taking the cutoff yet again, and Aimstrong is now left with no fuel, but he has managed to get the... is it still 65 these days? 60 to get the Lukes. He hasn't had his munitions all game. That shows... what does that show? Lack of understanding of how the map works? Well, maybe he's just been focusing so much on the fuel points he's not had time to cap the munitions points. You've got to remember just how long it takes to cap a high point. If you look at that, this is for more new players and intermediates. It's sometimes better to just prioritise on going for your opponent's cut-offs. Make sure you get your fuel, yes, but a munitions point's going to take forever. Mine here. He does have the mine sweepers, though. It's a good game so far, it has to be said. The Big Dane versus the phenomenal Russian that's currently losing a rear echelon. No, he does survive. Meanwhile, M20's back in action. However, the Foch Grenadier is behind green cover. Let's check on this model to see if he's safe. Looks safe to me. Yes, those bullets are hitting the sandbag, so it's a good dispersion there. Grenade in. Oh, nice grenade. A lot of health damage by Aimstrong. And he has to retreat back through it, unfortunately for Jove. Here comes the Lukes. Lieutenant's going to have a difficult little time of things. And that's why these girders have been removed. They just cause unnecessary pathing issues. A lot of this stuff has gone on the new version of Nexus. That's why it's in the tournament, because it's a balanced map, symmetrically speaking. And White Flash has done a hell of a lot of work. Don't know why I said it like that. Hell of a lot of work in making it better. Cut-off yet again taken for Aimstrong. Luke's on the assault. I told you this lieutenant would have a difficult retreat path, and it's proving very likely. Could be its last ever. But no! Sandbags come to its rescue. Luke's now going to reposition. That two Foch Grenadiers backpedal away. We've also got a double cap in the south. Aimstrong looking to get some fuel. Got Stuart's on its way. Is Aimstrong possible? Yes, he is going to go for the Raketenwerfer. I was going to say, his insight should have been telling him build a Raketenwerfer, and he's just done it. So his timing is on point. .20 watches on. Looks like Minesweepers done some good work there, getting rid of that trap mine. All mines are trap mines, but I think when you deliberately place it in a particular position, it's more of a trap. There's that juicy 5-man Raketenwerfer with the 25 game meters, which is a lot larger than a normal meter, of distance. 20 has 3 kills. The Stuart's gonna go south, it looks like. Luke's only got the 2. Couldn't quite polish off that lieutenant earlier. Nice 18 aid. And oh dear, this is bad, because the Stuart's going to be on the hunt. There it is, entering your field of vision. Where is the Raketenwerfer in all this? It's currently on the munitions point, a little bit far away. He sees the danger. He's going to reverse towards the Raketenwerfer, but this girder is going to be in the way. He needs to get on this side of the girder, the north side. Stuart might polish him off here. However, the Stuart hits a girder. It's girder wars. Here comes the Raketenwerfer. Max range. Gets him. No, hits the wall there. 2 Faust possibly. Both push away the Stuart and get it. Oh, that was a max range Faust. Must have been on the absolute periphery of the rangefinder there. Excellent mine kills. 4 Soldaten. However, the big story there, Stuart down, Luke's remains. Well, north. First Grenadier is going to be up against that rifle squad. Raketenwerfer is found out by the lieutenant, needs a hasty retreat, and gets it. 120's positioning to fight off these Grenadiers. Needs to be careful about this ambush path here. Not that I'm thinking he'd risk it, to be honest. He's got quite low health on both of those squads. This is very good endurance training for the World Championship for me. This is the kind of tired I feel after a full day of casting. And I'm replicating that by not sleeping for 2 days, so it's wonderful. Very low health rifleman. This is dodgy play by Jove. And the Lukes might finish the job. One more shot necessary. No negative cover though. Will he suffer the 18 aid to get the squad wipe? I'm predicting he will. He gets 18 aided. Can't get the kill, however, thanks to the M20 smoke that has been popped. Nice shoe mine. That was planted really early in the game. Meanwhile, 3-man Grenadiers capping the fuel. Got a simultaneous repair job. MG34, very good play by Aimstrong this game. I say very good because, of course, I tend to associate him with Rust in tourney season, but I think he's had a bigger lead up this year. I always hint to the big name players and the old name players whenever there's a tournament coming up. It isn't because I'm friends with this one or that one. I'm pretty much, I say it to Talisman, Love Nest, Aimstrong, all the big names. I think nice work by the Lukes there. Stern Pioneer's going to get some DPS in, and he's going to attack ground. Well, he can't through that, but he'll try and get some shots off anyway. Oh, some more. 1 rear armor shot there. Shame that the Raketenwerfer was not present. For all I was saying about Aimstrong, you didn't have the presence of mind to get the Raketenwerfer in position. So yeah, one of my jobs as a kind of tournament caster and advisor in this case. I used to be an organizer, but now I'm just like I kind of designed this tournament, but every part of the way it had to be, you know, ticked off by Relic, etc. So it is certainly their tournament, funded by Sega. But one of my roles, I believe, is to tell all the old names there may be a big tournament coming up. You may want to consider playing the game, because that makes the tournament so much better, you know. One might argue that it's better for them to just play the game anyway, but ain't nobody got time for that. Captain with the whatever that is. It's the BAR, I know that much. The designation though is just horrendous. M1918 A2, so obviously it's from 1918. Just imagine on the south side of the Western Front, squads of fresh-faced Yankees with the Brownings marauding through the trenches of the Wehrmacht at the time. Oh, nice squad wipe coming in. STG's blaring. He'd have to be very lucky to survive, and the Browning could not kick in the 50 cal there. And he's behind green cover, and he's going to consolidate the cut-off as well. So this is an excellent game so far for Aimstrong. He's got to keep this kind of pressure up, though. What can Jove do to get back into things? He lost his Stuart. Now he's lost his squad. He doesn't have the Major out quite yet, so he's not threatening Pershing anytime soon. He's had to instead get the M1AT gun, which is may have got one shot off there. One successful shot at least. Could be a good swipe here for the M20. Needs some very fortunate shots. He's going to pursue. Oh, missed shot by the Raketenwerfer. Could be a squad wipe coming in, however, there's a few things in the way of the M20. It does a Tokyo drift. Handbrake turn around the corner, gets the kill. Will it evade its predators, though? And there's many of them. Raketenwerfer's going to be on that retreat path. Main gun destroyed. A slither of pixels. Green cover in the way of the Raketenwerfer. Shouldn't fire quite yet. That's outside its sight range anyway. It is within its firing range. We've got some Fausts on the horizon, though. Volksgrenadiers hunting. Riflemen coming to stop the advance. There's a lot of things to block the retreat, though. He's going to try and make it around the apex here. M20's nippy, though, especially with Veteran C2. Does it make it out alive? Yes, it does. Very lucky M20 there. Heroic scout car. Or armoured car, rather. I think I'll call it an armoured car. It just sort of says armoured car to me. Scout cars are what Germans have. Don't know why that's a difference. Makes no sense. Got Rangers coming out. They could help things. They've got the Thompsons already on the way. Let's check on the KD. Very equal game so far. Army values in OKW's favour, but you can see that Jove's now kind of in the lead. Points held, showing the ebb and flow in battle. Aimstrong authoritatively in the lead in that regard. You can also see that the Schwer is now set up. There you go. Or as the OKW announcer says, the command half-track has been converted! Don't know what's up with that guy. He's a bit of a retard. Rangers looking for an almighty flank. They're going to go for it. Do, of course, get grenades from the offset. '20. Now with 12 kills. Finally getting armoured skirts, by the way. I'm so surprised it didn't have that earlier. Keep an eye on Aimstrong's fuel count. He'll be up to Panzer IV territory very shortly. Oh, the MG34 had to backpedal away from the Rangers. Fortunately for it, there was a second one waiting, suppressing the elite squad. First Grenadiers with a good retreat path there. M20 is going to try and get them through the gap. Can't traverse its turret in time. And is now worried about the Raketenwerfer, which was actually facing this way. So he was hoping that Jove would go for the pursuit of the retreat path. And that was a clever move by Aimstrong, I have to say. But also clever by the Ruski for, you know, having that kind of sixth sense to say, niet. Fuel harassment up in the north, but Aimstrong's now capping the south. There you go, there's that Raketen doing Raketenwerfer things. Verthing Rakets. And we have another Raketenwerfer on it. No, what am I on about? I keep getting confused by the title cards. Another M1 on its way, and that's good game sense by Jove, because of course the Panzer IV is now 30% built. Looking up north, MG34 pressure. Keeping the lieutenant off. Nice setup in the south there with some good shoe mines. I was thinking of planting a second, but I'm sure he'll cancel that. Nope, he'll continue to build. And then finally cancel before he sustains damage, so he did see it in time. Second M1 hits the field. Luke's in the centre. Has to be a little bit more careful now. That's a good sign of that. There are no anti-tank grenades on the periphery zone, but just one more shot required. Will he get it? Oh, what a shot! Holy crap, that was a good shot. And now the First Grenadiers put their life on the line for the Reich and lose it. Knight's Cross with Oakleaves on its way to their Mutters, because that was a heroic deed in the line of duty, taking out the M20, which was attaining Veteran C3. Losing the squad, getting the kill. But what about that shot from the M1? That has to be an attack ground and overshoot. It certainly looked like it. Let's the game distance from here to there. Yeah, that was a titanic overshot. Here comes that Panzer IV though, and he's pissed off. Does not like the fact that he's played so hard and done so well to get to this point in the game, just to have things like the M1 getting that lucky shot off. I think Tightrope once described it as a 1 in 3 chance for the overshot to hit. Might have been Tightrope. G34 in a good position, keeping up VP pressure because Aimstrong is slightly ahead there. There's not so much pressure as just keeping equilibrium, I guess. Again, the captain, this time flanking. Previously, of course, it was the Rangers. He's had difficulty keeping his MGs in position there, but he has been using them to good effect in capping. We've now got Veteran C2 on the M1. Giving it better accuracy. Not that he doesn't need it. Not that he needs it, rather, because the accuracy of that bloody crew's been fantastic so far. And now, here we go. We've got Jove on 145. He does not have the Major out, though. Does he have it teched and did he lose it, perhaps? No, there it is. That means the fuel has been invested in the Major tech. And that means he's not too far off the Pershing, 230. So we're going to need more than just a Panzer IV from Aimstrong, who's currently taking the Obers up north to get the victory points. Must be said, Jove looks like he's using his possibly superior endurance and resistance to fatigue. Same as endurance, Matt. I just like saying synonyms of each other. It makes me sound intelligent. He's using it to slowly eat Aimstrong alive, it seems. If you look at the map, he has 2 fuel points very shortly. There you go, 2 fuel points. He's had 2 victory points for a long time now. Just shifted the victory point position in his favour. However, he isn't possibly losing a rifle squad. Oh, yes, he is. Pintle mount. Car 98Ks in the MG34. I don't know what Jove was thinking there. He's played so well to get back into this game, and to throw it all away like that is sloppy to say the least. Maybe we spoke too quickly about his alleged fatigue. Maybe it's the Danish warrior we have to think about. Don't know why I just put my camera there, but I did. It showed the first grenadiers arriving safely in their base. A lot of damage being done there to the house. Oh, nice shot there through the corridor of love. Lieutenant just getting a little bit of... Oh, it's deciding to destroy that signalling post. Excellent work there. Crippling Aimstrong's logistics and his train lines. Oh, both M1s are in great position here. Got the Vet 3 rifle getting range. Another fantastic shot from range. And the Panzer IV lives to fight another day, or will it? Yes, it does. Lieutenant can't get the kill. Ober's coming in for the kill on retreat, however. And they are going to go their way. They need to stand still to get that MG34 blaring. There it is. Oh. One more shot required. Couldn't get it off. Rear echelons. Just trying to keep some kind of sight lines. And here it is. The M26 makes its way onto the battlefield. It's a much more consistent beast nowadays. It's had its AoE massaged and its kind of scatter pattern tightened so as to create similar amounts of damage but with slightly more consistency and not quite as much one-shot kills everything potential. That's my vague understanding of what the Balance team have tried to accomplish with most vehicles, it has to be said. Obers. Oh my lord! It wasn't the Obers we had to worry about. Obliterating that squad there. Turning them into a mixture of patty and confetti. pate and confetti. Matt, there's that 48 hours. No sleep! Ouch! My head. That was a good shot by the Pershing. 7 kills. I'm getting delirious. And the Pershing is probably making Aimstrong feel similar. Just that familiar old feeling when you're dancing on the ceiling and the Pershing reverses its way into view, and it nearly insta-gives your squad. But here comes the Panzer forward, tacks that girder. That's unfortunate. Looking at the fuel count of Aimstrong, and I see that we may be on our way to a Panzer 6, the Tiger. I just need to calm my brain for a moment. I feel like my casting's getting slightly worse. This game deserves good casting. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Reset! Oh my lord! Pershing now attaining its 10th kill, but here come the Raketenwerfers. Panzer IV backs away and gives way to the Raketens. Both hitting the second bounces, however. We're needing that almighty 230 fuel to match the Pershing toe-to-toe on the battlefield. Aimstrong does have a good amount of victory points remaining, but his foes Gradius are heavily down on their luck. Here we see that his army's trying to recuperate. He's gone for, interestingly, the SDG package on this Ober squad and the MG34 on this one. Maybe one was a misclick and he thought, why the hell have I gone for them? They're rubbish. And then he went for the MG34. That's what I'd like to believe. You can see that I've got Steam messages popping up. I don't know who that's from. It does look to me that although Aimstrong battled well in this game, I think Jove may have been too strong for him in his overall build order and composition and usage at vital moments. It's just that kind of micro you don't see. It's not the fancy stuff that gets casted. It's the stuff on the peripheries of the battlefield and that kind of APM and keeping up your levels of activity that matters. Stuff like having your Rangers ready to ambush whatever comes its way. Pershing is going to obliterate that MG34 on this shot. See, it's a lot more consistent now. It kind of obliterates it in 2 squads. But nice mine there in combination with the Panzer. And also he's blocked in. The Ranger squad finishes the job. Meanwhile, Raketenwerfers force away the Pershing. Nice battle there. We've had casualties for both forces. We're going to have a bit of smoke in over the centre. That's actually going to allow the lieutenant a better advance. Will he get the MG back? Will he need to? Instead, he's going to get rid of the barbed wire that I think was stopping him picking it up. He picks it up with Obers. That's expensive. Pershing could make him... nearly makes him regret the decision in general. Look at this. Jove's just like capping all the points now, but he's also waiting for Aimstrong to want to come into the north. Aimstrong's now starting to float manpower. He's going to time it very well indeed to get to that 640, 230, the familiar territory. I've never understood why the Pershing is 600, 230. It's, in my opinion, probably the most powerful heavy tank in 1 versus 1. It has been for a very long time. The Tiger's been, like, pretty much useless in 1 versus 1 for a very long time. Never understood why one is more expensive than the other, but there you go. Vet 2 on the rear echelon squad is very important indeed. Getting it battle ready very shortly. Again with a Stuka dive bomb smoke, just allowing him to get that fuel because it's stopping him getting his Tiger out. But he didn't time it very well, it seems. A bit of major artillery, perhaps. Where is the sneaky major? Oh, he's up here. There we go. It was an easy dodge all in all, though. Pretty obvious, but it's just stopping him getting the fuel. He did use his manpower, it seems. But that's it's good juggling, I suppose. Sherman on the field. Going to keep up the pressure. Stop Aimstrong getting back into this one. Check out the north, where the Obers causing the Lieutenant problems. Oh, retreat path, but he's had to be pushed away himself. Meanwhile, more Stuka smoke. He's exchanging munitions 40 at a time to try and get this. Nice shot there. He was wise not to push out through this way because the mines were waiting. I was thinking it would have been cool to burst through that wall, but he would have just ended up with a damaged engine. He's got the fuel now. Now he needs the manpower. This is going to be Aimstrong's chance to get back into the game. Raketenwerfers are in position now. Fuel barrels explode. It's all about pyrotechnics. They don't actually have any effect on you. Here comes the Tiger. Let's give it that hype intro it deserves. 64 tons of elite level fury. The Tiger. Panzerkampfwagen 6 is on the field.
They're at 200 points. Under fire. They're moving on the flank. Heavy MG! Spread out! Armor ready.
That's going to be a bad day for the MG, but an overshot from the Pershing. And here comes the Tiger. Hopefully for Aimstrong, he doesn't get a damaged engine immediately. Nice first shot by the Tiger. Attacks this piece of ground in particular. Runs into... Oh! Well, gets the second one off. Thanks to being completely static and able to track it. Our Sherman may push in here. Probably wouldn't be a wise decision. 190 victory points remain for Aimstrong. Rear echelon died. It was Veterancy 2, of course, which was allowing the Pershing to get repaired very quickly. M1. Oh, it's now got, of course, the armor-piercing, discarding sabot rounds. And it's dispersing the Tiger. Forcing that away in no time. There is Veterancy 2 on the Stern Pioneers, though, so they'll be back in action very shortly. Sherman causing Ober's issues. Aimstrong needs to see this. Jumps in the house, out of the house. And he's just playing with the Sherman here because he was trying to get into position. And he's got it. Tiger, Panzer IV, go in against the Sherman. First shot misses, however. He'll be wise to call that one off now. He's changing position. He didn't like that M1 sitting there. And the 50 cal also. So he's going to go for the northern flank. 87 population cap for Jove, 84 for Aimstrong. Nice shot by the Sherman, penetrating the Panzer IV. I can hear that the Pershing is almost ready. Don't know how I heard that. Probably saw it. Oh, over so low. Oh my lord, they're possibly dead. Maybe this thing will come to their rescue. Tiger's looking mean. Trying to get rid of this Vet 3 M1. Needs one too many shots. Exposing his rear armour to the Sherman. Misses again there. Oh, and there's a second one waiting for him. Here comes the Pershing. The Tiger overextended in a huge way. However, we've got the Raketenwerfer also waiting. Tiger reverses as fast as his legs will carry it. Will we get a Faust going in? This game is boiling over in a raging crescendo. Pershing gets a fatal shot possibly on the Tiger. No, he'll survive for now. Stuka smoke on the central position. Trying to get victory points all the while. Raketenwerfer attains Veterancy 3. Sherman's waiting in the north. Going to stop anything going to that victory point. He has able to attain the centre though. Oh, Panzer IV sees the Sherman up to its tricks. It's going to advance in a mighty fury of blitzkrieg action. Main gun destroyed on the Sherman. It's done for certain. However, the Vet 2 M1 could save the day. Hits it. It's going to burn up. Tries to get out the escape hatch and dies in the process. Pershing may finish off the victorious Panzer IV. Tiger thinks about attacking. It's now going to go for the veteran M1. Meanwhile, Obers force away the lieutenants. Roman candle effect on two tanks here as they burn up. And those shells
Allied AT
are on
gun has
fire.
been destroyed.
Horrendous death for many.
Capture point is being overrun.
Aimstrong seems to be somehow back in this one. Let's check on the fuel counts. We've got Jove on 288. He could actually lose his Pershing
Got cut off.
and be fine at this point. He could rebuild it. It's not good for the Big Dane.
Capture point is
Also,
under
we've got
attack.
more victory point pressure. The captain's managed to break through the pocket. MG34. Very aggressive position there. I'm not too sure the point of that one. Looks like he'll escape. 50 cal. Oh, but the mine finished the job. Tiger's been repairing deep within enemy lines. Gets rid of the MG34 of his opponent that had been stolen. However, we've got green cover for this lieutenant. One-man Obus doesn't want to continue. More Obersoldaten come into view, though the Major couldn't do anything. Going to retake the MG34, it seems. He's also now finally gotten this Vet 5 Grenadier to the south. Pershing up to 20 kills now. Ober's very expensive Soldaten to lose in that situation. Tiger's going to go for the overshots, try and get rid of this M1. Finally, first shot was a good one. Sherman's on the battlefield once more. There he gets decrewed it. He'll destroy the weapon for certain this time. Raketenwerfers were lying in wait for the tanks. Will they get the shots they need? He was trying to spot. That's why he was trying to get so far up. Trying to keep an eye on that Tiger. He's keeping the northern position. 100 points remain for Aimstrong. Meanwhile, Sherman, like a sheepdog, crawling. Grenadier couldn't get the cap, and this two-man squad's probably going to die now. M1 AT guns from afar. Pershing moves in also. Raketenwerfer's heavily out of position. Aimstrong possibly operating at max capacity here. He's getting overstretched, overburdened, and over-encumbered, and Joe's taking full advantage. Tiger, in a needless frontal assault, is going to die and pay for its temerity with its life. There you go! Hero! M1 gets the kill. Meanwhile, in the south, we got a Sherman taking out the Raketenwerfers from afar, going for a base inspection, and Aimstrong throws in the towel. Good play by both players there, but Jove showing his superior overall global micro, his ability to keep up the assault in the long run. Really feel like that, yeah, it was Aimstrong's game to lose at one point in that game, but Jove had it on two distinct occasions. But it was a good game all in all. Let's see what Aimstrong's been saying to me. Aimstrong goes for the bug blame. Good work, Aimstrong. He's blaming the bugs. Raketenwerfer bugged and didn't want to fire. See what he says. Any word for your fans? We'll go over to stats in the meantime. Just have a little look at the overview there. See that Aimstrong ended up with a negative KD. Not ideal. See that Aimstrong was actually getting back into the game with a mad hurrah, but Jove just had the superior VP control. And as I say, it was his global APM that kept it up. Well, APM is kind of global anyway, but you know what I mean. It's not the amount of actions you have on the smaller engagements. It's your overall map control. What else do we want to say? Oh yeah, there's the MVP unit. Of course it was the AT gun. That was fantastic. That overshot was legendary. He did lose 2 riflemen though. It wasn't exactly a perfect preservation game. But great efficiency from the M26. To show the, yeah, the M1. Look at that efficiency. Holy shit. That's impressive. Let's go over to Aimstrong, see what his best unit was. We're looking at the Raketenwerfer, so it's a game for AT guns. It's very open in the centre of Nexus, so if you can avoid the girders. He did lose, yeah, he kept getting his MG34s decrewed. And the efficiency of the Obersoldaten was rubbish. I think possibly needs to play better with them, in my opinion. And of course, he did lose every tank, but that's It was that I think he was overstretched. I mean, I called it out in the cast. You could tell that his decision making was starting to falter. But to focus on what Jove did well, as I say, he was just able to keep his opponent stretched and just outplay him in terms of overall effort and efficiency. But it's a good overall game. I enjoyed that one. I hope you guys did too. And look forward to, of course, the World Championship 2019. On the 19th of October it starts. I'll be casting one of the round robins, so look forward to that. See you real soon.